All right, and happy National Pizza Day!
Yay!
Yeah! So hopefully, if you guys are listening to this, you have ordered yourself pizza or plan to order pizza, or you are dialing the phone right now and ordering pizza.
we just had the pizza and all this energy is coming from there.
Yes, exactly. We just ate a really big deep dish pizza, and we have so much energy for you guys today for this week's of Ninja Turtle news for you guys, our weekly news roundup. So if you guys don't know, we do a podcast, and in the middle of the podcast, we do like this weekly news. This is just the weekly news portion of that actual podcast. If you want to listen to the full podcast, it will be out live, scheduled this Thursday, and every Thursday. And this week we'll be talking about the episode Corporate Raiders from Dimension X. It's a real fan favorite episode. I've now realized that. But you ready to start this up?
Deep dish news.
Yes, some deep dish news.
Yes.
All right. So first, we're gonna start with some breaking news. And when I mean it's breaking, I mean when I was preparing this, it all of a sudden it just popped up.
What is it?
All right. It is this. It's a tweet from IGN that says, to celebrate hashtag National Pizza Day, which is today, Loot Crate announced the TMNT Limited Edition Series 2 launching on hashtag Turtle Tuesday, February 23rd, which is 2 weeks from now, with exclusive figures and collectibles.
Oh, cool. So this is another TMNT.
Yes. It's going to be another TMNT Loot Crate series, like what we had last time, which was super popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because every time we when we first started this channel, we did so many unboxings. We did.
It looks like our unboxing with my kids keep getting.
Yes. That's our unboxing.
Exclusive stuff.
Yes, exactly. But if you remember when we first started doing the TMNT box and the Nerd Block, all that stuff, I remember every time we did those videos, all we caught was negative comments because it was oh, all this is trash. Oh my god, this is all things that people throw away.
Yes.
Right. Well, obviously with the TMNT Loot Crates, it's been the total opposite. And people are I've been seeing so many people man, I wish I did this Loot Crate. I wish I did this Loot Crate. I should have done this Loot Crate. And it's mainly for the figures. I mean, so if they're gonna follow the same thing what they've done for the past 4 Loot Crates, because remember we had 4 different ones. It's gonna be, each Loot Crate is probably gonna be $50, and it's gonna come with an exclusive figure. I mean, because obviously the figure is what draws in the people. And NECA themselves have said in interviews that they're gonna be doing more of these figure Loot Crates anyway. So it shouldn't be that much of a surprise. I am curious. I'm hoping what they did with this one's the same thing what they did with the previous one, where they do it okay, you can pre-order 3, and if you do that, we give you an extra figure, because that was really cool. And by the way, we literally just released, it was yesterday, we just released our final of the TMNT Limited Series crate, Loot Crate with Unboxing with Mikey, where we looked at the cartoon figures.
Yes, it was very cool.
It was really cool. We really enjoyed it a lot. We actually had another Unboxing with Mikey, and
But the one that I'm seeing in the picture is they're all new stuff.
Okay, so everything in the picture is just what they showed from the first. From is just all the stuff they had from the first ones. They haven't revealed what's this next one.
So the pizza is just for.
The pizza's just for show. Pizza's just for show because it's National Pizza Day. But yeah, that's really exciting. Definitely, if you guys are into the NECA figures, you definitely want to get this Loot Crate series. Like I said, there's a lot of collectors out there that like they keep kicking themselves, and by the time it goes onto secondary market like eBay and that kind of stuff, the price explodes because like the people who missed out, you can't really buy it any other way than the secondary market, and the people who did that know that.
Yes.
Right. So you definitely want to do that, and hopefully, hopefully we'll find out in the items that came with the boxes. Most of them were really good items,
Mm-hmm.
and I will say like out of like the four that came out like last year, I'm still counting the one that came out like we got last week, last year because it was meant for 2020.
Uh-huh.
From those four, I actually really liked the arcade box. I thought the arcade box had the coolest stuff. Because mainly, it came with the figure and it came with that TV, and the TV was like awesome. Like so, I like that. But yeah, so definitely be on the lookout for the Loot Crate. That was our breaking news. Well, and in 2 weeks from now, we should have more details to go with that news, and we'll know like how they're gonna do it. I'm guessing it's gonna be another like 3 months. If I had to guess, I'm gonna guess it's another 3 month kind of deal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and hopefully like each
So
month.
make sure to check our weekly news to get
Yeah,
more.
yeah. Definitely check our weekly news to make sure you did get your details. All right. So we're gonna stick with NECA because we started with NECA. We're just gonna go ahead and stick with NECA, and because of their breaking news, I had to like rearrange some stuff. But the next thing I want to talk about is the giant Raphael figure. The giant Raphael figure should be shipping this week.
Oh, do you get it too?
No, I didn't get this one actually. Okay, here's the. I asked a lot of people on Twitter whether if they got this figure or not, and everyone pretty much answered the exact same thing that my same reasoning. So the giant figure, it is a.
Exactly the same. Looks like the same.
Well, no. It's the giant figure. It's like it's like almost like it's a quarter scale of what the character, how tall the character should be, and so it's huge. Like it's like a foot tall.
Oh wow.
Yeah, exactly. And so over here, if you're watching this on YouTube, we have like the size comparison. That's the 7-inch figure, and that's the size of the actual figure.
I'm not a big fan of the huge.
Right. To be
Yes.
honest, like my big thing with the big figures is that finding room for it. Because they
Yes.
take up so much room. I'm big into Power Rangers. I collect a lot of Power Ranger stuff too. Hasbro just announced like these really huge foot tall figures for Power Rangers as well. And of course, there's 6 of them because like you have to have the 6 Rangers. I'm surprised they didn't make 7 for the White Ranger. And the problem is that like I'm like, okay, if I want to get the whole team, that like I don't know what shelf I can like put that in.
Yes, exactly.
Like yeah, and the same thing with the turtles. There's like 4 of them. If you remember, we have the Michelangelo from the movie. And reason why we got that one was because at that time that was the only size for those movie figures.
Yes.
And if you remember when we were at that convention, I was debating whether to get it, and like the guy was looking at me, he was like, "You're not gonna find it any cheaper there." And I was like, "No, it's not the price." I was like, I'm trying to justify the room because I got it for a really good deal, to be honest. And he sold it really reasonably, and it was just like my debate, and you were the one who convinced me. Okay, go ahead and get it. When's the next time you're going to see it this price? And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. It was just that, yeah. It's just the sucker's huge, and like it's kind of like hard to put it out there.
Yes.
Yeah, I was so happy when NECA did the 7-inch line. But so speaking of the 7-inch line, we're going to talk about these figures right here. So right now we're looking at the 2-pack of the Splinter and Shredder and the 2-pack of the Foot Soldiers from the movie.
I feel I saw them before.
You have seen them before. Okay, so before these were Walmart exclusives,
Uh-huh.
and especially if you remember, like the Splinter and Shredder, we talked it for a while because it was one of those. It was supposed to come out and it got delayed, but they didn't like say anything about the delay. But then it finally came out. All right, here's the deal: in Walmart in our area, we never see these figures,
Mm.
and and I'm thinking like a lot of other people are having these problems, and they don't sell it on Walmart's website either. And well, NECA for this week only, you can actually pre-order these figures on NECA's website, and so you can pre-order them. And I'm gonna go ahead and if you're watching it on YouTube, you can actually read the little caveat. So the pre-order window started from uh, February 3rd, and it's going to end at February 12th, so Friday. So if you're listening to the audio podcast, tomorrow. So you have a week to pre-order these, and you do pay up front. I mean, because this is always the question I always hear from people from like pre-orders, like, oh, do I pay for it now or do I pay for it shipped? With NECA, you pay for it right away. So you prepay for it. You can only order 2 per person. So if you want to get I know a lot of people want like a lot of foot soldiers. Doing it this way, you can get 2 packs. So you can have like 4. If you want more than 4, I don't know, find a buddy to like buy it for you. But also, these are scheduled to ship in the summer. So after you order them, it's gonna come out. It's gonna like you should be seeing it like sometime in the summer. And also don't forget this is NECA. NECA like NECA and delays like go together. Like they should really change their name to NECAD like and add the D in there for delay. I forget what the first 4 letters stand for, but we need delay in there. I mean, but so don't be surprised if you order these and you don't get them until like October. Yeah, like but if your Walmart is like our Walmarts and you've never seen these figures, this is a good chance for you to get them. And you don't have to worry about the scalper price. Shipping, by the way, just to let you guys know, it is a flat rate of $15. I remember when this first like came out, I first like put it in my cart and I looked at the shipping and and the shipping said like $24, and I was like, whoa, I don't think I wanted that bad because I just want that Splinter because that Splinter comes with like new accessories.
Oh.
And like because I got the San Diego Splinter. I really want that pizza because he has a pizza that goes on top of his head. Really want that pizza.
I know that.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, if you're on eBay and you're selling these things separate, and when someone messages you and asks you, hey, like, is the pizza part of the Splinter? Don't respond with, no, the pizza's for Shredder, because, obviously you haven't watched the movie if you're trying to scalp people on eBay. Just saying. But, that's for another day. But yeah, like, so, if you didn't get it, if you haven't found it, that's a great way for you to get it, and if you do get it, just be aware that it's going to take you a while. It's going to take you a while to get it. Just be patient. All right. So that's everything that we have for NECA. The next thing I actually want to talk about is Super7. And we're right now looking at these figures. Do you remember these figures?
I don't remember Splinter, but I remember the rest.
Okay, so right now we're looking at the Wave 1 figures of Super7. So Super7, if you remember, like, it was like a few months ago, we talked about that Super7 was planning to re-release Wave 1 because when they put it out there, they're still kind of new. They didn't really do Ninja Turtles before, so no one really had confidence in their product yet.
Uh-huh.
And then when it got released, like everyone's like, oh, now I want it.
Yeah.
So Super 7 has made good on their promise, and they have re-released Wave 1. It's like but it's a variant. So if you got the Wave 1 figures, your figures are a little different from these figures. Like right now, I'm looking at this Raphael, the big difference I see with the Raphael and the Raphael that we have is that if you see there's some silver on his belt
Uh-huh.
to make it match the Leonardo's belt that they just released, and which we should have a review video for that pretty soon, hopefully. So now, I mean, now me personally, I'm hoping. Like, seeing this like silver thing, I'm hoping like Mikey and Donnie don't also have this silver thing, because it's gonna bother me if the other three have this silver thing on their belt and my Raphael does not. but that's like the difference I see with Raphael. Most of the other figures, the difference is like their weapons. Like they have like a different color. Like the unpainted weapons are just a different color, or there's some like. There's just like a slight tweak with the design. It's like it's not enough. It's not enough to make people regret not getting the first wave, and it's also not enough for people who got the first wave who feel that they need to also get this one.
Yes.
So, which to be honest, it is a really good compromise. I like the way they're doing this. I think everyone should have a chance to get these figures, and they do retail for $45 a piece. As we're recording this, Big Bad Toy Store has completely sold out, but Entertainment Earth does have. They do have stock, and you can pre-order Splinter, Foot Soldier, and Baxter. The only one who sold out on Entertainment Earth is Raphael. We have the pre-order links in the YouTube video. We'll also provide the YouTube link, the pre-order links in the. We'll also provide the pre-order links in our description of our audio podcast. If you're listening from the audio podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. So, just if you want them, these are already selling out, which is like crazy, and they should be shipping out sometime this month.
Splinter looks like he used so much concealer.
What, like, so he makes like you're saying he just looks a lot younger?
No, but there's some makeup that people use, and then when they take pictures, their face looked white.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It looks like that.
Okay, he kind of does. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. Some other things just to note about Super 7, because they recently had a interview with Toy Hype USA. It's a 45-minute interview with Brian Flynn, the CEO of Super 7. Definitely check it out. It's like because they pretty much all talk about turtles. They do sprinkle in some other stuff like Thundercats and some other things in there, but the main focus is Ninja Turtles. In his interview, there wasn't too much to be revealed, but Brian did say that Wave 5 of Ninja Turtles will be revealed and be available for pre-order in March. So I'm excited to see what those. He didn't really give any hints on which figures are coming, which characters are coming. Other things that kind of talked about. One thing they talked about was they got into the subject of Usagi Yojimbo, and because I remember when he did the Foosh interview, he said, "Oh, Usagi's definitely coming," and then when he did the interview with Toy Hype USA, he sounded a little unsure. He was like, "Oh, we gotta get through some licenses." So I don't know if like at one point like they thought like, oh, we got something done for Usagi, and then now they have to kind of backtrack it because maybe they didn't get the clearances that they were hoping for. We'll find out. But you know, basically, whenever they try to ask like, oh, this figure's coming, this figure's coming, he's kind of like, oh yeah, yeah, like he was like you know like if we have time to make it, we'll make it. One thing they did mention. The one thing they did kind of mention, they mentioned about the punk frogs. You remember them, right?
Yes.
Right. So, because they mentioned, like, he asked them if like we'll get the other two, like Rasputin and Attila, because Playmates only released Napoleon and Genghis, and he said, and Brian said like you know that they have like there are some plans to release some characters that never got released as action figures before. Parts of me, I don't want them to do the punk frogs, only because
What?
why? All right, so this is why. The punk frogs. Okay, if you remember Napoleon, the one that I have, looks nothing like the cartoon.
Yes.
And then we have Genghis, who look, and then that's the one I don't have. But Genghis does not look like the cartoon at all. I mean, Genghis looks like, I'm sorry, Genghis looks like the cartoon.
Yes.
He looks like so much like the cartoon.
So you're afraid they don't match when you put them together?
Like, well, no, I'm just afraid. Like, I mean, like, are they gonna try to make the other ones look like just Genghis and just repaint Genghis because this is the one that looks like a cartoon? Or are they gonna go with their own like design? Like, do you understand?
Yes, but I'm hoping they go with their own design.
Yeah, I would if they're gonna do the punk frogs, I would like for them to go with their own design. I mean, just to give it that unique flair because NECA's already given us the punk frogs like from the cartoon, and like so we're already getting that. We don't need another company to give us what another company is already producing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love it for them to do something more unique and not. I just don't want to see a repaint of. I just don't want to see a repaint of like one of their other figures. You know, I know, and I mean, you know, that's what Playmates did. We don't need Super7 to do that. So that's just me. The other thing, one of the other things they kind of talked about, they talked about vehicles. He didn't have any answers on vehicles. Basically, they're seeing because they released the Thunder Tank, and the Thunder Tank from Thundercats is like $450. It's like, hey, let's see how this one does, and like basically, yeah. For a company, they have to see how this vehicle does to see if any other ones will be more profitable.
Uh-huh.
So personally, I'm kind of glad they're starting with Thundercats because I would hate for them to start like release like a Ninja Turtle vehicle and then have my dreams crushed that other vehicles doesn't get released.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So that's pretty much everything with Super 7. One last bit, and it's not too big, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it. Okay, so before I put the picture up, all right. Last Sunday, a few days ago, was the Super Bowl, and you know what? Like, there's things that people get excited about the Super Bowl. Some people get excited for the games, and then you have a lot of people who get excited for the commercials.
Yes.
And this year, we actually got a commercial with the 2003 Leonardo in the commercial, and I'm gonna go ahead and show that image.
2003?
Yeah, the 2000, like the Leonardo from the 2003 series.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, I'm gonna show that picture right here.
Oh, so this is the.
yes.
That was the one.
That was the one that you thought it was your sister. Yeah. So, all right. For people who are on the audio podcast, we have Leonardo. He is standing. He's the only animated character standing outside, and it's supposed to be the mountain. It's supposed to be the Paramount Mountain. I'll get to it later. But he's standing next to RuPaul. And you know who RuPaul is.
No.
No. Oh, you totally know who he is. He's the drag queen. He's the he dresses up.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out but he
the-
does all the fashion. He's in all those fashion shows and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. And then next to RuPaul is one of the Crank Yankers. I think this is the one that's voiced by Jimmy Kimmel. I cannot tell you what that person's name. And then next to the Crank Yanker is Snooki from Jersey Shore. So, and now the reason why we're talking about this, obviously, this is the first time we ever seen a character from the 2003 cartoon in a Super Bowl ad. So that was I was actually surprised. Now, throughout the Super Bowl, because so this is an advertisement for their new streaming service, Paramount Plus, and throughout the commercials, they kept on showing parts of people climbing the mountain, and parts of me I was like, man, I would love it if because it's Paramount, it's Viacom, they own Ninja Turtles. So I was like, man, I would love it if they could just throw in a Ninja Turtle in there, and because I'm here thinking probably the easiest one for them to throw in would be the movie. Yeah, it's good. And not the original movie. I mean, the newer movies, because Viacom owns those movies. They don't own the original movies. So I'm they could probably throw that in there. That's probably they probably have the assets. They they can just throw that in there, and then I get surprised when it gets to the climax commercial, because there's several of these ads, and then you get to the climax, and then all of a sudden they're oh, Leonardo, and I got so excited. I'm like, yeah, Leonardo, and it's the 2003 Leonardo in the ad, and that made me really happy. That was that was Jason's Super Bowl highlight right there.
I know.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. So if you guys don't know, Paramount Plus is a new streaming service that's coming out on March, and it is to replace the CBS All Access streaming service. Currently, the 2003 Ninja Turtles series is on the they're actually on the CBS All Access, and this is just to confirm that the 2003 series will still be on Paramount Plus. The one thing I'm just gonna say, I'm still surprised. I'm surprised that the 2012 series and Rise series are not coming on the streaming service. I know the original series that has some legal hoopla in there, because Viacom doesn't fully own that series, and so that's why they can't stream it. That's why they can't show it on their channels. So they have some of that with there, but it is nice to see that the 2003 series is still going to be there, and I'm hoping, really, I know I say this all the time, I'm really hoping that they'll make it that you can buy, because currently you can only buy the first 3 seasons of that series digitally. I'm hoping they'll make it a way for you to buy the rest of the seasons, so I can actually own it and not depend on a streaming service to get those episodes. But yeah, that is everything we have for this week for news-wise. So basically a lot of NECA and Super 7 stuff, but obviously the most exciting thing was the breaking news, and that was the Loot Crate.
Yes.
Yes. I can't wait to see the Loot Crate. Let us know what you guys. Let us know what you guys want us. Sorry. Let us know what you guys want to see in that Loot Crate, and I know when we start talking about the episode, later on in the audio podcast, we will be addressing what one person does want to see in one of those Loot Crates, and hopefully that will happen there. And if you guys are listening to this on YouTube, if you want to hear the whole audio podcast, it will be out on Thursday wherever you find podcasts, and we will be talking about the episode Corporate Raiders from Dimension X. A really fun episode. You guys will really enjoy it. All right. You ready to eat some more of the pizza?
Yes.
All right. Till next time, guys.